sacar todo esto. No puedo.
Bring them back! Lasted 26 minutes. Koen did it! Koen did it! Oh, look!
Cool thing about having your own village is that you can throw a party anytime. And so yesterday, the first summer day, we said, how about we throw a party tomorrow? So we did, invited whoever we felt like would be a good fit, and lots of people showed up. The parking situation leaves a little bit to be desired. I mean, Bolly with a wheel in the air. But we got a little group together. A good tryout for our festival later on this year. So this is our chill out spot. Probably will be for the next couple of years. Maybe make a bar in that building over there.
It's 3 in the afternoon and everybody's sleeping. Oh, someone woke up.
We finally found the well. It's behind the house. Ta-da! Oh no, it's another well. And it has water. In previous episodes we have worked on drinking water. The source is below the village and therefore we can't use it for domestic use, for toilets and everything, unless we pump it up, and it's too far down. So therefore, instead, for toilets and showers and dishes, we decided to use the town wells and pump it from there up to our water tower, which is just 1,000 liter tank, but it's modular. We can put as many of these as we like here. First we needed to see if it works. The village used to have a primitive water tower.
Here we have what remains of the old water tank tower. It could hold a fair amount of water. At first I thought the water came from the source up the road in the next village, Pradelas. But after repeated explanations by one of the last residents and the last remaining people living in Pradelas, I learned that it actually tapped into the stream and not into the source. Somewhere between Pradelas, which is half a mile up the road, and us. Because it tapped into a stream and not into a source, it was prone to getting clogged. Obviously you don't get the cleanest water when you tap into a stream, especially with heavy rains. And therefore the intake would clog. The tubing in between was done badly and tree roots were getting into the tubing. And lastly, this tank is situated too low to really supply the houses at the top of the village. It's very foggy today, but between the trees there you can see the roof of the top of the highest houses, the house that we're working on. And the altitude difference between this tank and that house may be 5 meters. So you don't even get a bar of pressure. Therefore we constructed the new water tank further up this slope, and we get a nice 2 bars of pressure at the top of the village, and the lowest houses will have 3 or 4. And at some point we will repurpose this structure and maybe make it into a cabin or something. Got a good view, but you can't see it right now. It was always too low to give enough pressure to the highest houses. This one is a little bit higher. Let me show you the view from here. We got beautiful old oak trees. We cleared an old trail, and down there are the highest houses in the village. So I estimate we're at least 10 meters, probably 12, hopefully 15 meters above the highest houses. For those houses, the pressure might be a little bit on the low side, but for the houses further down, it's perfectly adequate. So me and Koen, our first permanent resident, dug this trench by hand for the moment. Hoses need to be buried here. It freezes in winter sometimes. It can go up to -10 or down to -10. So having your hose exposed is inviting trouble. It's now summer and our festival is only a month and a half away. So having working toilets, water out of the faucet is very essential. The drinking water from below is adequate for the moment. I mean, easy enough to walk down and fill a bottle. So we haven't fixed everything in place. We first had to test run it. This is the pump we're using. It's meant for wine and food stuffs, to pump them from one part of a factory to another. Its capacity is barely adequate, but we will get a bigger pump the moment we have everything working. We just needed to test something and this was available. Now you might think this pump is leaking, but it's just the condensation on the copper housing. That's how hot it is today. There are 2 wells in this house. I think it is starting to pump dry here. It sounded different. Oh no, still water there. Can't see it on the video. We first wanted to use this well here. Beautiful old well. But the water level is probably about 7 meters below. Yeah, that's simply too low for this pump. I mean, it's supposed to pump until -9, but I just couldn't handle it. So we're pumping from this other well here, which for some weird reason has a higher water level. It's not just a well, it's also a cistern. As you can see, rain from the roof would come down and into the well. It's a whole big mess, this house. We haven't bought it yet. We'll get it someday, but I'm not looking forward to cleaning this up, that's for sure. So there it is. You will be able to flush your toilets.
Welkom in Hotel Penadexo. We hebben hier 60 kamers en 3 badkamers, waarvan deze de meest luxe is. Komt u even mee. Een 150 liter watertank, waar je met gemak een halve dag mee kan douchen non-stop. Modern interieur, moderne kleuren. Met warme water. Ja. En het koude water. Nou, helemaal geweldig toch? Oh ja, de wc. In ieder geval, die doet het. Om de kroonjuwelen schoon te maken. En doe je ook. Kijk eens, wat geweldig. En natuurlijk de douche. Nou, welkom.
Het grote moment is daar. Dan zijn we hier voor het wonder uit de kraan. Wacht even hoor, even.
Un, dos, tres. Hey. Ongelooflijk.
Ja, voor het eerst. Voor het eerst in 20 jaar tijd of zo komt hier weer water uit de kraan. Flop, flop, flop. Echt waar, Catalina, echt waar. Water uit de kraan. Ja, poseer eens even voor de mensen. Dat kan je nu al, hè? Ijdelt uit.
Draaien. Nou ja, de druk is goed hoor.
Ja, daar kan je mee leven. Het is
luxe.
Ja. En klaar. Plop.
Papa.
Geciviliseerd.
Juist, kunnen we eindelijk eens een keer de afwas doen. Kieke, ga eens de afwas doen.
Yo puse muy poquita. Necesito este vaso también.
En we hebben een bezoeker. Kieke, wie is de bezoeker? Ah, ja, en hoe heet hij? Ah, oké. Chris is op bezoek.
Spannende dag gisteren om de tractor op te halen.
An exciting day yesterday to pick up the tractor.
Eerst zoeken naar
First, we had to look for a suitable trailer. There was nothing for rent in Montforte or Lugo. In the afternoon, we were able to rent a suitable van at renting for €130 per day. Then we looked for ram plates, also nowhere to be found. We improvised and bought 2 shelving slats. In the end, we managed everything without any problem. Just before closing time, we returned the van and went home again. We were not back on our hill until around 9 p.m.
It's summer season in Penadexo, and I wonder now when was the last time that you had clothes hanging outside here? Probably like 20 years ago. So we're bringing back summer and life to Penadexo.
A kitchen? Do we have a kitchen? Not only we have a kitchen, but we have a gas stove with everything you need to make tea, coffee, maybe some fried eggs in the morning. And we spend no electricity because it's gas powered. Then you can continue here. We have a big table, working area, shopping here. You can put all your plates here, your cups. We have the luxury of water. So you can do your dishes here. We have the soap, the sponge, everything you need for all your kitchen necessities. And what else do we have? Here we have the chimney. So if it gets too cold when you're cooking, you can turn it on and it will heat the whole house. We have bread that we can share, potatoes, maize, everything. It's just working kitchen. We have the sandwich maker for the toasties and to keep your tea or your coffee warm. We have a Doro tea here. And you get too bored, you're cooking, you don't know what to do, you can play with your balloons, some toys around. So yeah, perfectly working kitchen.
In the next episode, we organize the official inauguration by a local priest of our recently discovered village water source. And we celebrate this with our very first summer Festival de Saint Tito. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.